A Navy veteran turned winemaker designed a high-end Pinot Noir in California's Santa Maria Valley. Now his business is a small family-run venture that produces a variety of wines. That winemaker is Adam LaZarre, who joins me now. Okay, what makes a Navy vet go into the wine business?
Good question.
Apart from the fact that you like the alcohol in the wine, what else?
Yeah, I fell in love with wine, actually, while I was in the service up in the Bremerton, Seattle area. And when I went overseas for the last couple of years of my service, I really got into wine. I was actually there when I got out of the Gulf War. Came back to the United States and went to Fresno State University and got my degree. And ever since then, my passion and love for the product has grown.
We were talking during the commercial break, we were talking about how the wine business, there's been a decline in the consumption of wine pretty much worldwide. And you suggested that that's because American wines now dominate, the way of making wine dominates, that we're big and I don't know what the right word is, but big and full. Is that accurate?
That would be an accurate statement.
That's how Americans make wine, and that's what we've got?
Yeah, I mean, those are the wines that get the highest scores, and scores usually translate into sales. So,
is there something in your Navy experience that translates into making good wine?
You know, it's discipline, for one thing. You know, it's troubleshooting and processing all of the different decisions that you have to make. You know, your first 3 or 4 days after you get the grapes in, you probably have 100, 200 different decisions to make in which directions you want to take the wine. And so being calm under pressure, being disciplined, being able to break down problems in 6 steps, from a big problem down to little tinier manageable steps, is something I learned in the military.
You have to learn when to pick the grapes.
Yeah. That comes
timing is just very important, I understand.
It's probably the most important decision you make in winemaking, is when those grapes come off the vine.
You can go wrong by the hour, am I right there?
You can in some cases, yeah.
What makes you different from the competition?
Oh, I'm better looking, that's for sure.
That's what Donald Trump said the other day.
Oh, great. I think it just comes from experience. I think having this much time, I've been doing this for 34 years now, and having that much time and spending a lot of time in the vineyards and in the winery and tasting and making a lot of bad wines. Made a lot of bad wines. Good wines don't come naturally, I think.
Do you pour it away?
Yes. Well, yes. We'll just
can you reblend it?
I mean, if it's not a really bad problem, but for me, I'm a perfectionist, and I generally second guess everything that I do. And so I go to bed at night after having a bottle of wine thinking, oh my gosh, I should have blended a little more Malbec into this, or had an extra couple of weeks in the oak barrel. It would have been better. It would have been better. And I can think of maybe over my 34-year career that there may be 2 or 3 wines in my entire life where I pushed everything back and just said, I couldn't have done this any better. This is one of them right here.
Oh, that's okay. May I just touch it?
Yeah.
This is the Adam LaZarre's Pinot Noir, the Santa Maria Valley. And this is from 2023?
That's 2023 vintage, right?
This is the best you've ever made?
One of the best I've ever made.
What makes it good?
I think it really reflects the region, for one thing. The Pinot Noir of any grape in the world really takes on the characteristics of a particular region where it's grown from. Sure. Sonoma Pinot Noir is very easy to discern from Oregon Pinot Noirs, for example. Santa Maria Valley has its own flavors, and even what side of the valley you're on.
How many people really know the difference between this side of the valley and that side of the valley?
I'm sure the people that work for the grapes there, yeah, I do know that, and people who are advanced.
So your story is featured in an episode of the new Fox Nation series. It's called Wine Nation. I've got a preview. Roll tape.
The skills that I learned in the military, 6-step troubleshooting, I was able to apply in winemaking. Is taking a big problem and breaking it down into smaller things until you can finally understand what the root problem is. And so I credit being in the military for giving me that sense of don't panic. There's a solution to everything.
Do you tell us how you make your wine in that special? That's what you do?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I mean, well, obviously the grapes, they're fermented in small bins and aged in French oak barrels. And like I said, there's some tricks and things that I do along the way that I will keep proprietary.
But you partnered with Fox Nation.
I partnered with Fox Nation, and I'm very, very happy to have done that.
And by the way, the full series of Wine Nation available now on foxnation.com. And you can go to, I didn't know about this, you can go to the foxnewswineshop.com to learn more about the Fox News American Wine Club. I didn't know we got one. We're here. Apparently we do. A donation is made to U.S. veterans with every club case purchase. Adam, thanks very much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Stuart.
Good luck with
Appreciate
this.
it. Oh, thank you.